Hello everyone, welcome to the classes. How are you all? Doing well? Everybody is fine? Okay. So today we are going to learn a new topic, mechanism of breathing. We will be learning about mechanism of breathing. So we are going to talk about the topic mechanism of breathing, how the process of breathing actually takes place. So before starting the session, let's have a positive mindset, so that as much as our mind will be positive, that much focus we would be having in our classes. So recently I was watching interview of former captain MS Dhoni. Somebody asked him that how can you remain so calm and so cool while in very difficult situation at the field? And very simply and very lightly he answered that I never focused on the results. What he said? He never focused on the results. He said, I always focus on the process. So we should always keep in mind that process is very important in comparison to the results. Results चाहे कुछ भी होगा, but what we have to take care of is process. Now process includes what? Process includes perseverance. We have to keep perseverance. We have to keep our patience. We have to be very disciplined. We have to see that where we are lacking. We have to find out our faults, and then we have to simply work out. तो जैसे हम प्रोसेस पर हम ध्यान रखते हैं तो हमारे रिजल्ट्स 100% and definitely it will be positive. So never worry about the results. Just take care of the process. Okay. Now we have the positive food. Now we can begin. It is positivity. It's like it's something we can say that it's like a food. We have that fuel in our brain and we can work now. Okay. Now let's come to the topic, mechanism of breathing. So before starting the lecture, let me introduce you with the word breathing. Actually, the word breathing, it does not need any introduction, at least, because breathing is something which is a very very vital part of our life, daily life. बिना सांस के तो कुछ है ही नहीं possible. So breathing is all about, किसी से पूछिए कि breathing का मतलब क्या है? It is all about taking in air and expelling out carbon dioxide. It's all about breathing. So let me begin with the definition, a very simple definition of breathing, which we are learning from our childhood. We will be learning about the definition of breathing. What is breathing? So breathing means what? Breathing means it is exchange of oxygen from the atmosphere. Exchange of what? Exchange of oxygen from the atmosphere to the exchange of oxygen from the atmosphere to the carbon dioxide which is given out by the cells. So simply if we will write it down, the definition of the breathing, it is what? It is exchange of what? Exchange of oxygen from atmosphere, exchange of oxygen from atmosphere with what? With carbon dioxide produced by the cells. So if you will see the definition of breathing, it is what? It is the exchange of oxygen from the atmosphere. Atmosphere से हमने क्या exchange किया? क्या लिया हमने? Oxygen लिया. And with what? With carbon dioxide which is produced by the cells. So as we are aware that cells, cells, they have a kind of a waste product which is carbon dioxide. It can be released. So it can be released with what? It can be released in the process of breathing. Exchange of oxygen from atmosphere with carbon dioxide which is produced by the cells. This is a very simple definition which we have been learning about. There is no need to teach about this. This was the definition of breathing. Now the process of breathing, actually it has two main points. Breathing consists of two processes. Let us learn about it. The first one is inspiration, or we can also call it as inhalation. Inspiration or inhalation, and the next one is expiration or exhalation. Okay, so breathing consists of two main processes: inspiration, which we also call it as inhalation, and expiration, or which we also call it as exhalation. Inspiration and expiration, these are the two main processes of breathing. Okay, so if we will see simply what actually inspiration is, inspiration means what, or inhalation means what? It is taking in air from atmosphere. So inspiration means it is taking in air from the atmosphere. Now if we will say expiration or the exhalation, what does it mean? It is release of carbon dioxide from the alveoli. Okay, so it is nothing but just the release of carbon dioxide from the alveoli. And inspiration or inhalation means what? Taking in air or taking in oxygen from the atmosphere. This is a very simple definition of inhalation and exhalation. Now inhalation and exhalation, it is facilitated with the help of what? It is facilitated with the help of pressure gradient. So we will be talking about what actually is pressure gradient. Okay, so breathing, it depends upon what? It depends upon the pressure gradient. It depends upon what? It depends upon the pressure gradient. So taking in air and releasing out the carbon dioxide, it depends upon what? It depends upon the pressure gradient. Pressure gradient between what? Pressure gradient which is created between our lungs and atmosphere. ओके, तो प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट किसके बीच में क्रिएट किया जा रहा है? प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट क्रिएट किया जा रहा है लंग्स और एटमॉस्फेयर के बीच में. क्यों लंग्स और एटमॉस्फेयर के बीच में? क्यों? बिकॉज दिस एक्सचेंज इज एक्चुअली टेकिंग प्लेस बिटवीन व्हाट? लंग्स एंड एटमॉस्फेयर. Lungs will give out and we will take it from the atmosphere. So these two main are the lungs and the atmosphere are responsible for what? For maintaining this pressure gradient. Okay, now we will see that this pressure gradient is actually maintained with the help of pleural muscles. First thing, and second thing, this pressure gradient is actually maintained by what? Phrenic muscles of these phrenic muscles of what? Phrenic muscles of diaphragm. And the third very important constituent which helps in maintaining the pressure gradient is intercostal muscles. एक एक करके हम सभी को देखेंगे actually where they are present, what their function is. Intercostal muscles between ribs. Okay, so the pressure gradient is created between what? Pressure gradient is created between the lungs and the atmosphere. This pressure gradient हमारे lungs में इस pressure gradient को create करने के लिए कौन कौन important है? Pleural muscles. अभी pleural muscles कहाँ होते हैं? Actually I hope so you might be aware about it. Pleural muscles, this pleural muscle. Second thing is phrenic muscles of what? Phrenic muscles of diaphragm. Diaphragm is actually made up of phrenic muscles. It is a type of muscles, and intercostal muscles which are present between the ribs. So if you will see these pleural muscles के बारे में थोड़ा सा हम आपको बता देते हैं कि if you will see, you know, if suppose this is our lungs, something like this. Suppose this is our lung. Lungs are made up of two layers which are known as pleura, and it consists of a fluid filled cavity which is separating these two layers. Okay, this fluid filled cavity, it is known as what? Pleural fluid. Okay, so this pleural fluid, what it is doing, it is having two main functions. पहला फंक्शन इसका क्या है इंपॉर्टेंट? इसका पहला फंक्शन है लुब्रिकेशन. मतलब क्या कि ये दो मेन लेयर्स के बीच में प्रेजेंट है, तो इन दोनों लेयर्स के बीच में क्या है कि लुब्रिकेशन को मेंटेन करता है. इट इज ऑल अबाउट लुब्रिकेशन. एंड द सेकंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन विच वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इज मेंटेनिंग प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट. ओके, I hope you are able to understand maintaining what? Pressure gradient. So this our lungs are made up of what? It is made up of two layers. It is covered by two layers which are known as pleura, and this pleura, it is having a cavity which is filled with pleural fluid, and this pleural fluid is responsible for maintaining what? For doing the lubrication process and for maintaining the pressure gradient. This was all about the pleural muscles. Now the phrenic muscles of diaphragm and the intercostal muscles between the ribs. These three are very important, or very basic part for maintaining the pressure gradient inside our lungs. Then now we will see that how actually the process of inhalation or inspiration takes place. Now we will see the process of inspiration or inhalation. Okay, so what sort of things, or what are the mechanisms which are responsible for the inspiration or the inhalation? We will see about it now. Before starting this inspiration and exhalation, we should be aware. आप सबने पढ़ाई होगा बॉयल्स लॉ के बारे में. बॉयल्स लॉ क्या कहता है? बॉयल्स लॉ states that pressure is inversely proportional to what? Volume. ये हमें याद रखना है, क्योंकि हमारा जो प्रोसेस है ब्रीदिंग का, मैकेनिज्म ऑफ ब्रीदिंग, इट टोटली डिपेंड्स अपॉन मेंटेनिंग दिस प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट. ठीक है, तो प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट को मेंटेन करने के लिए हमें ये बॉयल्स लॉ को याद रखना है. सिंपली देयर इज नथिंग अबाउट इट. एक्चुअली प्रेशर इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू वॉल्यूम. ओके, व्हाट डज इट मीन? प्रेशर बढ़ेगा तो क्या होगा? वॉल्यूम डिक्रीज होगा. क्यों डिक्रीज होगा? क्योंकि इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल है. अगर प्रेशर डिक्रीज होगा तो वॉल्यूम increase hoga. This simply we have to take care about. Okay, nothing is to worry about this. This is a very simple thing which we have to keep in mind. Now inspiration, the process of inspiration, it actually begins with what? It actually begins with the contraction of phrenic muscles, contraction of phrenic muscles of diaphragm. हमारा जो डायफ्राम है वो एक स्पेशलाइज सेट ऑफ मसल से बना हुआ है जिसको हम फ्रेनिक मसल्स कहते हैं. तो सबसे पहले क्या होगा, जो इनहेलेशन का जो प्रोसेस है, इन ऑर्डर टू बिगिन विद इट, दिस प्रोसेस इट स्टार्ट्स विद द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द डायफ्राम. अब ये जैसे ही फ्रेनिक मसल्स, डायफ्राम के जो फ्रेनिक मसल्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं, तो एक्चुअली चेंज कहाँ पे आता है, वेयर द एक्चुअल चेंज टेक्स प्लेस, we have to understand this. जैसे ही contraction of the phrenic muscles of the diaphragm will happen, it will do? It will simply increase this अबव एरो इट मीन्स व्हाट, इट मीन्स इंक्रीज। ओके, इसको आप याद रखिएगा क्योंकि अभी मैं पूरा वर्ड अगर इंक्रीज लिखने जाऊंगी इट विल टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम एंड आई एम हैविंग वेरी लिमिटेड टाइम। सो जैसे ही क्या इंक्रीज होगा, इंक्रीज इन वॉल्यूम, इंक्रीज इन वॉल्यूम ऑफ thoracic chamber in anteroposterior axis, मतलब means what, contraction of the phrenic muscles, the contraction of the phrenic muscles of the diaphragm it will take place, and what will happen as the contraction will take place, there would be what, there will be increase in the volume of the thoracic chamber in what position, in anteroposterior axis. Now let me explain you what actually is anteroposterior axis. Suppose this is our lung, okay, and this is our diaphragm. Anteroposterior axis means what, this is our anterior and this is our posterior region. Okay, so the volume will increase in what sense, the volume will increase in this way. Okay, antero and posterior axis. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट व्हाट, जैसे ही हमारा कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ, किसका, डायफ्राम को कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ तो वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज हुआ, थोरैसिक चैम्बर का वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज हुआ। किस तरीके से इंक्रीज हुआ वॉल्यूम, एंटेरो पोस्टीरियर एक्सिस, मतलब एक ऊपर की तरफ और एक नीचे की तरफ जो वॉल्यूम था वो बढ़ गया है। ओके, अब हमें एक बात याद रखिएगा कि हमने पढ़ा है बॉयल्स लॉ में, क्या पढ़ा है कि वॉल्यूम अगर इंक्रीज हो गया सो व्हाट विल हैपन, इट विल डेफिनेटली लीड टू व्हाट, इंक्रीज इन द प्रेशर। ओके, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड इट। नाउ तो पहला प्रोसेस हमें क्या याद रखना है कि कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द फ्रेनिक मसल्स ऑफ द डायफ्राम, इसका कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन होने के बाद क्या हुआ, वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज हो गया। कहाँ का इंक्रीज हो गया, थोरैसिक चैम्बर का हो गया। किस तरीके से हुआ, एंटेरो पोस्टीरियर एक्सिस। नाउ सेकेंड थिंग व्हाट विल हैपन, सेकेंड थिंग विल कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ व्हाट, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ intercostal muscles, contraction of intercostal muscles of what, intercostal muscles of ribs. Okay, so the ribs, they are made up of a different kind of muscles which are known as intercostal muscles. अभी intercostal में अगर हम देखें तो the word inter means what, inter का मतलब सिंपल है, inter means in between। ये हम बहुत अच्छे से जानते हैं कि अगर इंट्रा शब्द होगा, इफ देयर इज अ वर्ड इंट्रा इट मीन्स व्हाट, इनसाइड, इफ देयर इज अ वर्ड इंटर इट मीन्स व्हाट, in between. So this intercostal muscles means what, the muscles which are present between the ribs. So what will happen, the contraction of the intercostal muscles, what will happen after the contraction, the contraction of the intercostal muscles, what it will do, it will simply, it will lift the ribs and sternum. ठीक है, now the contraction of the intercostal muscles of the ribs, it will lead to what, lift the ribs and the sternum. The lifting of what, lifting of the ribs, okay, and lifting of the ribs and the lifting of the sternum. So if you will take a breathe, अगर आप एक लंबी सी सांस लीजिए, फील हुआ कि हमारा जो लंग्स है, हमारा जो लंग्स वाला जो पार्ट है हमारा, हमें फील होगा कि ये हम पूरा रिब्स वाला जो रीजन है ये हमारा ऊपर उठा। सो व्हाट डज इट मीन, रिब्स का ऊपर उठना मीन्स व्हाट, इट इज एक्चुअली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग एक्चुअली हियर इज द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स। जो इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स है उनका क्या हुआ, कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ। ओके, ठीक है, दो चीज हमने देखा, टू थिंग्स वी हैव सीन, व्हाट दैट टू थिंग्स। पहले किसका कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ, याद रखना है कि कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हो किसका रहा है, पहले कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ फ्रेनिक मसल्स ऑफ द डायफ्राम, ओके। दूसरा कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ किसका, इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स, जिसकी वजह से क्या हो गया, lifting of the ribs and the sternum. Okay, now this lifting of the ribs and the sternum, it had increased the volume. जैसे यहाँ पर increase हुआ volume में, volume of what, volume of increase in the volume of thoracic chamber in anteroposterior axis. In the same way, lifting of the ribs and the sternum, it leads to what, increase in volume, increase in volume of what, thoracic chamber. Because simply what we have to do is we are working on the increasing volume, because as the volume will increase, we are aware as the volume will increase, definitely the pressure will decrease. So increase in the volume of the thoracic chamber. How the volume will increase? Increase in the volume of the thoracic chamber. Okay, so the contraction of the intercostal muscles and the contraction of the phrenic muscles. Okay, I am leaving here actually. Increase in the volume of thoracic chamber, dorsoventral axis. In which axis? In dorsoventral axis. Okay, so volume का increase हो गया. How the volume increased? It increased anteroposterior axis in this way, and the volume also increased in this way. Okay, this is known as dorso and the ventral. Okay, it's completely in this way. So this was all about the contraction of the intercostal muscles and the contraction of the phrenic muscles. Now अभी तो contraction हुआ. Contraction होने के बाद क्या हुआ? The contraction, it led to increase in the complete volume of the thoracic chamber. Now volume increased in thoracic chamber. As we are aware, volume increases, pressure decreases. Volume increase in the thoracic chamber. This leads to what? This leads to the complete increase in volume of pulmonary system. ठीक है. So the increase in the volume of the thoracic chamber leads to the increase in the pulmonary volume. Okay, so volume increase हो गया. अब जैसे ही volume increase होता है, we have a lot of space. जैसे space increase हो गया तो क्या होगा? Pressure हमारा decrease हो जाएगा. So it will lead to what? Decrease in pressure. So now the lungs is having decrease in pressure, pressure will decrease and volume will increase. So up till now what we have seen, inspiration, it consists of what? It consists of three very important things we have to take care about. पहली चीज क्या हुआ? पहली चीज हमारा होता है contraction of what? Contraction of the contraction of the phrenic muscles of the diaphragm, पहली चीज. And second important thing is contraction of what? Intercostal muscles, and this all leads to what? Increase in the volume of the thoracic chamber. Now as the thoracic chamber's volume increases, it leads to what? It leads to increase in the volume of what? Increase in the volume of pulmonary system. Okay, this is all about increase in the volume. Now जैसे volume increase होता है, the pressure definitely it will decrease. We have already seen in that. Now overall what happened? Volume increased, which led to pressure decreased. Now pressure decreased in what sense? Actually how we are comparing, everything is just a relative. Relative to what? Pressure to increase हो गया, but relative to what? The pressure increases relative to pressure decreases relative to atmosphere. In comparison to the atmosphere, the pressure which is present inside the lungs, inside the pulmonary system is less. So as the volume increases and pressure decreases, in comparison with the atmosphere, the air which is present in the atmosphere, it will gush in. So the movement of air will takes place. Movement of air from what? Movement of air from, कहाँ से movement हो रहा है? Movement of air from atmosphere, मतलब atmosphere में क्या है? Atmosphere में high pressure है. High pressure, movement of air from atmosphere, high pressure region towards the lungs, which is low pressure region. Okay, from high pressure to lower pressure. और इसी pressure gradient के बारे में actually हम बात कर रहे थे, because you know कि mechanism of breathing का जो mechanism है actually वो completely dependent है. किस चीज पे dependent है? प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट के ऊपर. तो अभी हमने देखा कि प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट काम कैसे कर रहा है, कि जैसे ही बाहर एटमॉस्फेयर में क्या था, प्रेशर ज्यादा है. नाउ व्हाट वी हैव डन, हमारे सिस्टम ने, हमारी बॉडी ने क्या किया, हमारी बॉडी ने, आवर बॉडी नोज दैट व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इज we have to decrease the pressure, because as the pressure will decrease inside our body, what will happen? the pressure will decrease, the air will come from the atmosphere inside our body. So now our body knows, very intelligent. बॉडी को पता है कि प्रेशर हमें इंक्रीज करना है, दिस इज द रिजल्ट व्हाट वी वांट. तो बॉडी ने क्या किया, अभी हमने पढ़ा था MS धोनी का कि हमें क्या करना है, कि हमें रिजल्ट पे फोकस नहीं करना है. तो करना क्या था, बॉडी ने क्या किया, उसने प्रोसेस पे ध्यान दिया. प्रोसेस पे कैसे ध्यान दिया, देखो हाउ वी कैन रिलेट एवरीथिंग, यू नो, इट्स वेरी ब्यूटीफुल एक्चुअली. तो बॉडी ने क्या किया, बॉडी ने सबसे पहले बोला कि ओके मुझे प्रेशर को डिक्रीज करना है, मैं प्रोसेस पे ध्यान दूंगा. प्रेशर तो अपने आप क्या होगा, कम तो हो ही जाएगा, प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा. क्यों प्रेशर कम होगा, क्योंकि वॉल्यूम को वो डिक्रीज करने पे लग गया. बॉडी को पता है बॉयल्स लॉ क्या होता है, बॉयल्स लॉ के अकॉर्डिंग बॉडी जानती है कि सबसे पहले मैं क्या करूंगा, automatically the pressure will come down as the volume will increase. Body completely worked on what, it completely focused on the process of increasing the volume. तो उसने बॉडी ने क्या किया, वॉल्यूम को इंक्रीज किया. वॉल्यूम को कैसे इंक्रीज किया, हमने देखा बॉडी ने हेल्प ली, किसकी हेल्प ली, डायफ्राम. विल यू प्लीज हेल्प मी, डायफ्राम से ऑफ कोर्स डेफिनेटली आई विल हेल्प यू. डायफ्राम आया, डायफ्राम ने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो गया. डायफ्राम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ तो एंटीरियर और पोस्टीरियर एक्सिस का जो एरिया था वो इंक्रीज हो गया. डायफ्राम ने हेल्प कर दिया. ओके, डायफ्राम का काम खत्म हो गया. थैंक यू सो मच डायफ्राम. नाउ इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स ऑफ द रिब्स के जो एक्सटर्नल इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स होते हैं, इंटरनल नहीं. ओके, ये पॉइंट हमेशा याद रखिएगा बिकॉज यू नो दिस क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम ऑफ योर नीट. एक्सटर्नल इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स जो हैं वो इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, इंटरनल नहीं. सो द एक्सटर्नल इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स what it had done, it started, it also contracted. Now the contraction of the external intercostal muscle, it lifts up the ribs and sternum, it will lift up. तो जैसे स्टर्नम और रिब्स लिफ्ट अप होते हैं तो होता क्या है, वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज होता है. कैसे वॉल्यूम, कहाँ इंक्रीज होता है, डॉर्सल एंड द वेंट्रल एक्सिस रीजन. ठीक है, सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट द इंस्पिरेशन. हमने देख लिया कि इंस्पिरेशन कैसे होता है. जैसे ही प्रेशर कम होगा वॉल्यूम बढ़ेगा, एयर विल कम फ्रॉम द एटमॉस्फेयर टुवर्ड्स द लंग्स. दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट इंस्पिरेशन. ठीक है, नाउ वी विल बी लर्निंग अबाउट एक्सपिरेशन. So let's talk about expiration. I'm sorry, actually this pen is not working. Let me change it. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, now let's begin learning about the expiration. Expiration में क्या हो रहा है? Now we have seen pressure क्या हो गया है. अब प्रेशर डिक्रीज था पहले, सो प्रेशर डिक्रीज हुआ था, वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज हुआ था. नाउ द एयर इज इनसाइड आवर लंग्स, ऑक्सीजन इज इनसाइड आवर लंग्स. नाउ इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सपिरेशन व्हाट विल हैपन, वी हैव टू, प्रेशर हियर इज increased, sorry, pressure here is, what we have to do is increasing the pressure and decreasing the volume. अब हमें पता है कि वॉल्यूम को इंक्रीज करने के लिए हमारे डायफ्राम के मसल्स ने और हमारे जो रिब्स के जो मसल्स थे उन्होंने हमारी हेल्प की थी. नाउ आवर बॉडी व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल से ओके मिस्टर डायफ्राम, ओके मिस्टर इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स ऑफ द रिब्स, प्लीज विल यू गो ऑन योर ओन प्लेस बिकॉज आई हैव डन द वर्क. नाउ अभी हमें किस पे ध्यान देना है, नाउ वी हैव टू पे अटेंशन ऑन डिक्रीजिंग द वॉल्यूम बिकॉज एज द वॉल्यूम विल डिक्रीज द प्रेशर विल डेफिनेटली इंक्रीज. अभी हमें क्या करना है, वी हैव टू फोर्सफुली, वी हैव टू एक्सपेल द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड which is accumulated in the lungs. So what we will do, now body will concentrate on what, decreasing the volume. अब प्रोसेस पे ध्यान देना है, क्या करना है, वॉल्यूम को डिक्रीज करना है. Now we know Boyle's law के अकॉर्डिंग as the volume will decrease, pressure will increase. Why? Because it is inversely proportional to each other. So वॉल्यूम को डिक्रीज करने के लिए क्या होगा, वॉल्यूम को इंक्रीज करने के लिए कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ था. ओके, वॉल्यूम को इंक्रीज करने हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्शन किया था. ना अभी क्या करना है, जिनका कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ था उनका रिलैक्सेशन होना है. ओके, रिलैक्स. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, रिलैक्सेशन. रिलैक्सेशन ऑफ व्हाट, रिलैक्सेशन ऑफ किनका, रिलैक्सेशन, रिलैक्सेशन किसका होगा, जिनका कॉन्ट्रैक्शन हुआ था. रिलैक्सेशन ऑफ डायफ्राम, diaphragm will relax. So the relaxation of the diaphragm, it will lead to what? Diaphragm will come its on original position. First thing, expiration में क्या हुआ? Relaxation हुआ, relaxation of the diaphragm. Second thing will relaxation of intercostal muscles. Remember very important thing, intercostal muscles कौन से? External intercostal. External intercostal muscles, relaxation of the external intercostal muscles between ribs. Okay, relaxation of the diaphragm, relaxation of the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Now as the intercostal muscles between the ribs it will relax, होगा क्या? Simply what will happen? Actually the ribs and sternum, ribs और sternum जो कि lift up हो गए थे, they will come down. Come down means what? They will move towards their original position. Original position. Okay. So पहले contraction हुआ था, अभी relaxation हुआ. Relaxation of the diaphragm and relaxation of the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Now as the relaxation will take place, what will happen? The thoracic volume will, what will happen? It will decrease. Volume will decrease of what? Thoracic volume. Now as the thoracic volume decreases, the pulmonary volume will also decrease. It's having a direct relation. Pulmonary volume will also decrease. As the volume decreases, so the pressure will increase. Okay, so the volume of the pulmonary volume will decrease, and the pulmonary pressure, what will happen? It will increase. As the pressure increases, so the pressure inside the lungs, it will increase so much. Increase in what sense? Increase in the comparison with the atmosphere. So as the pressure increases inside the lungs, the air which is present inside the lungs, it will actually move out. Where it will move? It will move from the higher pressure region, which is present where? Which is present inside the lungs, towards where? It will move towards the low pressure region, which is atmosphere. ओके तो ये था हमारा इंस्पिरेशन एंड एक्सपिरेशन. एक्सपिरेशन को ही हम एक्सहेलेशन भी कहते हैं और इंस्पिरेशन को ही हम क्या कहते हैं? इनहेलेशन भी कहते हैं. सो दिस वाज द प्रोसेस ऑफ द इंस्पिरेशन एंड द एक्सपिरेशन. इंस्पिरेशन और एक्सपिरेशन का प्रोसेस हमको समझ में आ गया. हमें याद रखना है कि प्रेशर ग्रेडियंट इंपॉर्टेंट है. हमें याद रखना है कि फ्रेनिक मसल्स जो डायफ्राम के हैं, दे आर एक्चुअली प्लेइंग अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. देन व्हाट वी हैव टू रिमेंबर द इंटरकोस्टल मसल्स ऑफ द रिब्स, they are very important. So these three are very important: increase in the volume and decrease in the volume. This is simply what we have to remember. Okay, so now we will be now we have to know, we should be aware about this. Naturally breathing rate of human is, नेचुरल ब्रीदिंग रेट ह्यूमन का कितना है? अगर आप 1 मिनट का टाइम लगा लो और टाइम लगा करके अगर आप ब्रीदिंग अपना देखेंगे तो कितना होगा? इट इज 12 to 16 breaths per minute. So it is what? It is 12 to 16 breaths per minute. Okay, this we have to remember. It may be asked in the exams. 12 to 16 breaths per minute. Now, in order to measure the volume of air which is breathed in, and in order to clinically assess the pulmonary functions and everything, there is a instrument. एक instrument है जो कि measure करता है. What it measures? Which is known as spirometer. Let me tell you the name. Spirometer. What is the work of the spirometer? It measures what? It measures the volume of air. And second thing, what it clinically assess. It it clinically assesses the function of pulmonary system. Okay, so this is what we have to remember. Spirometer, it is an instrument which is used to measure the volume of air which is inspired and expired, and it also help in clinically assessing the function of our pulmonary system, whether it is working properly or not and everything. Okay, so spirometer, it is an instrument. So natural breathing rate of the human is 12 to 16 breaths per minute, and spirometer. These two things we have to remember. Now we will be talking about the respiratory volume and respiratory capacities. अब हम रेस्पिरेटरी वॉल्यूम और रेस्पिरेटरी कैपेसिटी से रिलेटेड कुछ ऐसे टॉपिक, कुछ ऐसे थिंग्स हैं जो वी हैव नाउ दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न अबाउट. सो फर्स्ट वी विल बी लर्निंग अबाउट द रेस्पिरेटरी वॉल्यूम. Respiratory volume. So respiratory volume means what? The amount of air. It is all about this concept. It actually deals with the amount of air which has been breathed in and with the amount of air which has been breathed out. So in respiratory volume we will see some sort of things like, first thing is tidal volume. We are going to learn about tidal volume. Okay, now what is tidal volume? Anybody can tell me what is tidal volume? So let me tell you, tidal volume means it is the amount of air, or we can say it is volume of air, inspired or expired naturally, or we can say normally. Okay, so it is the total volume of air inspired or expired normally. So it is approximately 500 ml. Okay, so 500, if we inspire एक बार जब हम, when we take breath in first time, what we'll do, what amount of air we will take in? It is 500 ml. So if we are going to measure about that, what volume of air we have taken in 1 minute, so we know that in 1 minute it is 12 to 16 breath per minute. So 12 to 16 into 500, what we will get? 6,000 to 8,000 ml per minute. This is the total in between 6,000 to 8,000 ml per minute. This is the tidal volume of air which is inspired or expired naturally or normally. So it is 6,000 to 8,000 ml per minute. This is the tidal volume. Next concept we will learn about is IRV, which is inspiratory reserve volume. What it is? Inspiratory reserve volume. What is inspiratory reserve volume? Inspiratory reserve volume is, it is volume of air inspired forcibly. Okay, so it is a total volume of air. IRV means what? Inspiratory reserve volume. It is a total volume of air inspired forcibly. जो forcibly जो हम amount of air जो अपने हम बॉडी के अंदर लेते हैं उसको हम कहते हैं इंस्पायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम, एंड इट रेंजेस बिटवीन 2500 ml to 3000 ml. So this is the capacity of our lungs, that it can accommodate 2500 ml to 3000 ml of extra air which we breathe in forcibly. Okay, So this is all about the IRV, inspiratory reserve volume. After inspiratory reserve volume, we are going to talk about expiratory reserve volume. What is expiratory reserve volume? It is actually, similar to inspiratory reserve volume. Expiratory reserve volume. Expiratory reserve volume means what? It is the amount of air expired. How? It is not, it is not normally or naturally the natural breathing rate. It is actually something which we are forcing out. Okay, so it is the amount of air expired forcibly. Okay, the amount of air which has been expired forcibly. So this is all about the expiratory reserve volume. It ranges between near about 1000 ml to 1100 ml. Okay, 1000 to 1100 ml. This is the expiratory reserve volume. तो अभी हमने किसके बारे में पढ़ा? We learnt about the tidal volume. What is tidal volume? It is the total amount of air or the volume of air which is inspired or expired normally. Okay. Then we learnt about inspiratory reserve volume. What is inspiratory reserve volume? It is the volume of air which is inspired forcibly, which ranges between what? This range you have to keep it in your mind, because this question was actually asked in your exams. So ये range जो है 2500 ml, which is inspiratory reserve volume, 2500 ml to 3000 ml. This you have to keep in mind. And thereafter this expiratory reserve volume, which is 1000 ml to 1100 ml, ये आपको याद रखना है. ठीक है, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume. Now we will be learning about residual capacity, residual volume, not capacity, residual volume. Residual volume, what is residual volume? It is the volume of air which remains in lungs, volume of air which remains in lungs after forceful expiration. Forcefully जब हम expire कर लेते हैं, exhale कर लेते हैं, after the forceful exhalation, the amount of air which still remains inside the lungs, that is known as the residual volume. This word actually is, it is signifying residual means what? Something which is left over. So it is the leftover air which is present inside the lungs. So this residual volume, this amount of air, the amount of air which I am going to tell you now, this amount of air, it always remains inside the lungs after the forcible expiration or forcible exhalation as well. So what is that amount? It ranges between 1100 ml to 1200 ml. This is the residual volume. Okay, so we have to, these ranges are very important. There was a question asked in the NEET. They have given the options like expiratory reserve volume, inspiratory reserve volume, and residual volume, and they have given this range. And there was a question of match the following. आपको ये match करना पड़ेगा, and so you have to keep this in your mind. 1100 ml to 1200 ml. This is all about the residual volume. Now, as we have learnt about the respiratory volume. ठीक है, तो respiratory volume में हमने let me write it down here. Respiratory volume में हमने क्या पढ़ा? हमने पढ़ा tidal volume. Let me write it down in short form, TD. Tidal volume. Then what we learned? We learned about the inspiratory reserve volume, IRV. We learned about expiratory reserve volume, ERV. And we learned about residual volume, RV. You might be thinking why I have written the short form. Actually, this short form I am going to use it right now. Okay, TD is tidal volume, IRV is inspiratory reserve volume, ERV is expiratory reserve volume, and RV is residual volume. Okay, ये याद रखना. अभी जो हम पढ़ने वाले हैं वो है रेस्पिरेटरी कैपेसिटी. ओके, व्हाट इज दैट? इट्स रेस्पिरेटरी कैपेसिटी. ठीक है, अभी हम रेस्पिरेटरी कैपेसिटी के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. नाउ this respiratory capacity actually it has been devised in such a way that addition of some sort of this TD, IRV, ERV, and RV. The addition of all these things, it will give out the respiratory capacity, and this respiratory capacity, it actually help in clinically assessing the pulmonary function. Okay, so respiratory capacity. In respiratory capacity, first we will learn about inspiratory capacity. What is inspiratory capacity? This inspiratory capacity, it is what? It is the total amount of air. याद रखना है टोटल. यहाँ पे क्या आ गई चीजें, यहाँ पे टोटल आ गई. ओके, रिमेंबर दिस वर्ड टोटल. इट इज AMT. आई एम राइटिंग इन शॉर्ट फॉर्म बिकॉज इट विल टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम. टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ एयर inspired, or you can say, inspired word, you can write it as inhaled after normal exhalation. नॉर्मल एक्सहेलेशन के बाद कितना टोटल वॉल्यूम ऑफ एयर, टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ एयर और वॉल्यूम ऑफ एयर वी हैव इंस्पायर्ड और वी हैव इनहेल्ड, दैट इज नोन एज इंस्पायरेटरी कैपेसिटी. तो एक्चुअली कैपेसिटी कितनी है? व्हाट इज दैट कैपेसिटी ऑफ आवर लंग्स? दैट इज नोन एज what is that total capacity of our lungs which we can inspire, that is inspiratory capacity. So inspiratory capacity, what it is actually? IC, I am writing it in short form. IC is equal to what? IC is equal to tidal volume TD plus what? Inspiratory reserve volume. So total हमें, now we should be aware that inspiratory capacity, we are not talking about here volume, we are not talking about here respiratory volume, we are talking about here capacity. So it is the capacity, the total capacity of the lungs, total amount of air which is inspired or inhaled after the normal exhalation. So कितना total amount हम breathe in कर सकते हैं? It is inspiratory reserve volume. एक normal breathing में the whatever the amount of air we will breathe in, and नॉर्मल ब्रीदिंग के बाद जो फोर्सफुल ब्रीदिंग भी हम कर सकते हैं, द अमाउंट ऑफ एयर विच वी कैन टेक इन फोर्सफुली, दैट इज इंस्पायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम, दैट ऑल्सो वी विल इंक्लूड इट. ओके, दिस इज अ वेरी सिंपल डेफिनेशन एंड वेरी easy to understand. Now, second thing is expiratory capacity. Expiratory capacity. I hope you're enjoying this session because it's very, very easy. There is nothing to worry about this mechanism of breathing. Everything is easy. Something which is going inside our body, that only we are learning. Okay, so expiratory capacity, what does it mean? It is the total amount of air. Total amount of air expired or exhaled after what? After natural inhalation or after normal inhalation. ठीक है, सो कितना टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ एयर हम एक्सहेल कर सकते हैं? वी कैन एक्सहेल दैट टोटल अमाउंट, दैट इज द टोटल कैपेसिटी, द टोटल कैपेसिटी ऑफ द लंग्स टू एक्सहेल आउट द एयर, दैट इज नोन एज द एक्सपायरेटरी कैपेसिटी. सिंपली देखिए, आपको डोंट मिक्स अप ऑल दोस टॉप थिंग्स. एक्सपायरेटरी कैपेसिटी इज डिफरेंट विथ व्हाट? इट इज डिफरेंट विथ एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम. एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम क्या था? इट इज दैट फोर्सिबली हम कितना अमाउंट ऑफ एयर वी कैन टेक इन, दैट इज एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम. एंड एक्सपायरेटरी कैपेसिटी इज ऑल अबाउट द टोटल कैपेसिटी विच वी कैन एक्सहेल आउट. नाउ व्हाट डज इट मीन? व्हाट द फॉर्मूला सेज? इट सेज दैट एक्सपायरेटरी कैपेसिटी इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम ERV plus tidal volume TD. Okay, so we learnt about the inspiratory capacity, we learnt about the expiratory capacity. Now we will be learning about another concept. Okay, another concept, third one, residual volume capacity. Okay, what is this residual volume capacity? It is the amount of air or the total amount of air which will remain inside the lungs after the normal expiration. Okay, so residual volume means what? Residual volume capacity, it is the total volume of air that will remain in the lungs after what? After exhalation, after normal exhalation. Normal exhalation करने के बाद जितना total amount of air it will remain, that is residual volume capacity. So it is residual volume capacity. It is actually what? It is residual volume plus expiratory reserve volume. The amount of air, जो amount of air हम forcibly हम exhale करने वाले थे, क्योंकि समथिंग विच वी आर एक्सपेलिंग आउट फोर्सिबली, वो तो हमारे अंदर रहेगा ही. एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम प्लस रेसिडुअल वॉल्यूम जो एक्चुअली हमेशा इट इज प्रेजेंट इनसाइड आवर लंग्स, दैट इज. सो इट इज ऑल अबाउट द रेस्पिरेटरी वॉल्यूम, सॉरी रेसिडुअल वॉल्यूम प्लस एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम. ओके, थर्ड थिंग. नाउ फोर्थ कॉन्सेप्ट इज वाइटल कैपेसिटी. वी आर लर्निंग अबाउट वाइटल कैपेसिटी. What is vital capacity? Vital capacity, it's very easy. Vital capacity means what? It is nothing but the maximum amount of air. It is the maximum amount of air inspired after what? After forced exhalation. Okay, it is nothing but it is the maximum amount of air, the maximum amount of air inspired after forced exhalation. Forced exhalation करने के बाद forcefully सारा air, that much amount, जितनी कैपेसिटी उतनी कैपेसिटी के अनुसार हमने air को remove out कर दिया. Now that capacity, after removing out that air, the capacity, the maximum amount of air which we can inhale, which we can breathe in, that is known as the vital कैपेसिटी. ओके, इसका फॉर्मूला अगर हम देखेंगे वाइटल कैपेसिटी में तो क्या क्या आएगा? वाइटल कैपेसिटी में हमारा आएगा टाइडल वॉल्यूम. टाइडल वॉल्यूम मतलब क्या? जो नॉर्मली हम ब्रीद इन करेंगे वो तो हम करेंगे ही, टाइडल वॉल्यूम प्लस इंस्पायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम मीन्स व्हाट? द फोर्सफुल, यहाँ पे हमने देखा था कि IRV क्या था? इट वॉज समथिंग द अमाउंट ऑफ एयर और द वॉल्यूम ऑफ एयर विच वी कैन ब्रीद इन फोर्सफुली. इंस्पायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम प्लस expiratory reserve volume, ERV. Tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume forcefully plus expiratory reserve volume. Expiratory reserve volume हमने क्यों इंक्लूड किया? क्योंकि this much amount of air हमने forcefully उसको exhale out कर दिया है, तो उतना space तो है, that much amount of we can accommodate in the lungs. So expiratory reserve volume, inspiratory reserve volume and tidal volume is all about the vital capacity. Okay, I hope you are able to understand everything. Don't mix up and don't try to mug up everything. Very easy. आपको mug up करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. जहाँ mug up करने के लिए टीचर्स कहते हैं it's very wrong thing. Everything is just depends upon understanding. आप understand करिए, nothing to worry about. Okay. And the last thing, fourth concept we are learning about lung capacity. Okay, this is the last point we are learning. इसके बाद हम question solve करेंगे because question solving is very important. What is lung capacity? Lung capacity, it is the volume of total volume of air lung can accommodate. क्योंकि अभी हम lung की बात कर रहे हैं, तो lung कितनी है? एक lung की accommodation की capacity कितनी है? It is the total volume of air lung can accommodate. I'm sorry for the pen. Let me change it. Extremely sorry. It is total volume of air lung can accommodate after what? Lung can accommodate after forced inspiration और inhalation. ठीक है, फोर्सफुली इनहेलेशन करने के बाद या फोर्सफुली इंस्पायरेशन करने के बाद जो हमारी लंग की कैपेसिटी है कि कंप्लीटली आप फोर्सफुली ले लो, आप नॉर्मली ले लो, कैसे भी ले लो, दोनों चीज़ों को इंक्लूड करने के बाद जो अमाउंट ऑफ एयर हमारी लंग एकोमोडेट कर सकती है उसी को हम कहते हैं लंग कैपेसिटी. नाउ दिस लंग कैपेसिटी इट्स एक्चुअली व्हाट? लंग कैपेसिटी इज इक्वल टू what it is tidal volume plus it is inspiratory reserve volume जो forcefully हम breathe in करते हैं, and plus expiratory reserve volume plus what रेसिडुअल वॉल्यूम, ये भी हम इंक्लूड करेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि यही ये लंग कैपेसिटी हमें एक्चुअली बता रही है कि ये सारा अमाउंट ऑफ एयर हमारे लंग की कैपेसिटी है. दिस इज द ऑल अमाउंट ऑफ एयर विच आवर लंग कैन अकोमोडेट. ओके, टाइडल वॉल्यूम जो नॉर्मली ब्रीथ करते हैं, इंस्पायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम जो फोर्सफुली ब्रीदिंग करते हैं, दैट वी ब्रीद इन फोर्सफुली. एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम समथिंग विच वी हैव विच वी वुड हैव एक्सपायर्ड और एक्सहेल्ड फोर्सफुली. एंड residual volume, the amount of air which always stays inside our lungs. Okay, so this was all about the lung capacity. Okay, now so we have learned so many things today. We talked about breathing, we talked about the two main processes, inhalation, exhalation. Then we have seen the process of inhalation. It involves what? It involves a contraction, and in exhalation it simply involves exhalation. Contraction, and here what it will take place? Relaxation. Contraction and relaxation. Then we have seen respiratory volume, and then we have seen the respiratory capacity. Now हमने सारे टॉपिक्स तो हमने अच्छे से पढ़ लिए. मैकेनिज्म ऑफ ब्रीदिंग हमने कंप्लीट कर लिया है. ओके, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड वेरी वेल, एंड आई ट्राइड माई लेवल बेस्ट टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड. आई होप यू एंजॉयड इट ऑल्सो. सो अभी हम देखेंगे क्वेश्चंस के लिए. I was not able to write on the board because it would not have been given me the sufficient amount of space. So I have written it down in the paper. Let me tell you. Okay. You know what? Question solving is very important. Why question solving is important? Because हम कितने भी टॉपिक्स पढ़ ले जाए, we will learn so many topics, we will learn so many things, but until and unless we are not in the battlefield, we will never come to know about the enemy. Okay, so enemies are question. We have to understand in what way they are asking the question, from which topics they are asking the question, and whatever the topic which we have learned right now, mechanism of breathing we have learned right now. Okay, so accordingly, whether the topic which we learned, is it sufficient, or we have to add on from something outside. So question solving is very important. After learning every topic, what you have to do is you have to take out the question, previous year questions you have to take it out. Okay, so that you will come to know that how the questions are actually framed in the exams, and you have to solve it out religiously. जितना आपने पढ़ा है क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो. Nothing can beat this formula. Okay, so we will see the questions. Let me erase it out. Okay, let it be. The first question is, select the correct event that occurred during inspiration. Okay, correct event that occurred during inspiration. Let me erase it out everything. Correct events that occur during inspiration. They are asking about the events occurring during inspiration. Correct events occurring during inspiration. So they have given the option number A says contraction of diaphragm. Inspiration के वक्त the process of inspiration, contraction of diaphragm. First one is contraction of diaphragm. Second option is contraction of internal intercostal muscles. So they are saying that the contraction of what? Contraction of not internal, contraction of external intercostal muscles. Okay, second option. And C option is pulmonary volume decrease. They are saying pulmonary volume decrease. And option D is intrapulmonary pressure increases. Intrapulmonary pressure what? Increases. Okay, question क्या है? Select the correct events that occur during inspiration. Inspiration के वक्त कौन से correct events हैं? Contraction of diaphragm, external intercostal muscles contraction, pulmonary volume decreases, and intrapulmonary pressure increases. तो क्या pressure increase होगा? Pressure increase नहीं होगा. This option is wrong. It is eliminated out. Pulmonary volume decreases. क्या volume decrease होता है inspiration में? No. This option is actually wrong. Then external contraction of what? They have written not external, actually it is internal. Okay, contraction of internal intercostal muscles. Internal intercostal muscles तो contract होते नहीं है. This is actually wrong. Internal की जगह अगर external होता तो ये सही होता. Okay, so this is wrong. Now the next option is contraction of the diaphragm. Diaphragm को, because you know the process of inspiration actually it begins with the contraction of the diaphragm. So this option is correct. Okay. Now let me raise it out. We have solved the first question. Now let's solve another question. Question number 2. Ventilation movement of lungs in mammals are governed by. The question says ventilation movement of lungs in mammals are governed by. Let me solve. Ventilation movement of lungs in mammals. Ventilation movement of lungs. It is governed by, यही पूछा है. So option number A is muscular walls of lung. Muscular walls of lung. Muscular walls of lung. Option B is diaphragm. Option C is costal muscles. And option D is both 2 and 3. So ventilation movement of lungs in mammals are governed by which? Muscular walls of lungs. We have never learned about the inhalation and the process of exhalation. Muscular walls of lungs, no, this is wrong option. Diaphragm, yes, diaphragm is involved. Costal muscles, yes, we have seen that external costal muscles are involved. So option D is correct. 2 and 3, both 2 and 3. Okay, we will actually this one, both 2 and 3. Now very important question, please keep it in mind. It was asked in 2019 NEET exam, select the correct statement. The question says select the correct statement. The first statement says expiration occurs due to external intercostal muscle. They are saying first is expiration due to what? I will write it in very short way, I will save the time. Expiration occurs due to internal intercostal muscles. Internal, it was asked in 2019 NEET exam. Okay, expiration internal intercostal muscles. And second option says intrapulmonary pressure is lower than the atmospheric pressure during inspiration. Intrapulmonary pressure lower बोलना है. Okay, intrapulmonary pressure low. This is the second option. And third option is inspiration occurs when atmospheric pressure is less than intrapulmonary pressure. Inspiration occurs when they are saying atmospheric pressure is less than pulmonary pressure. Third and fourth option says expiration is initiated due to contraction of diaphragm. They are saying expiration, they are not saying inspiration. Okay, take आपको sentences बहुत ही ध्यान से read करनी. You have to read out the every sentences. You have to think, because sometimes which we are very much in we are in hurry. We think that we know everything. So because of that we don't even read the sentences properly. So reading the sentences is very important. Expiration is initiated by, they say expiration occurs due to contraction of diaphragm. Contraction of diaphragm. Okay. Contraction of diaphragm. Okay. So they have told us to select the correct statement. Expiration occurs due to internal intercostal muscles. No, it occurs due to what? External intercostal muscles. This is wrong. Then second says intrapulmonary pressure. Intrapulmonary pressure is lower. Intrapulmonary pressure is lower than the atmospheric pressure during inspiration. Yes, this is true. And third option says inspiration occurs when atmospheric pressure is less than intrapulmonary pressure. Inspiration occurs when atmospheric pressure. No, atmospheric pressure must be high and the pulmonary pressure must be what? Low. So this option is wrong. And fourth one says expiration is initiated by the contraction of the diaphragm. No, expiration is not initiated. Actually, what will happen here? Contraction की जगह अगर यही क्या होता? Relaxation होता, then it would have been right option. So here it is relaxation. So this question was asked in the 2019, in the year 2019. Okay. Now another last question we will solve. It says that maximum volume of air a person can breathe in after a forced expiration is known as. What is the question? Question says, this question was also asked in the year 2019. Question says maximum value of air breathed in after forced expiration. After forced expiration. ओके, फोर्स्ड एक्सपिरेशन के बाद मैक्सिमम एयर जो हम ब्रीद इन करते हैं उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? दे हैव गिवन द ऑप्शन. मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ एयर अ पर्सन कैन ब्रीद इन आफ्टर ए फोर्स्ड एक्सपिरेशन इज नोन एज एक्सपायरेशन कैपेसिटी, वाइटल कैपेसिटी, टोटल लंग कैपेसिटी और इंस्पायरेटरी कैपेसिटी. ऑप्शंस आर expiratory capacity, second option vital capacity, third is total lung capacity. अभी ये सारी चीज़ें हमने लर्न की है. ओके, तो ये क्वेश्चन बहुत ही ईजी है. देयर इज़ नथिंग टू वरी अबाउट इट. इट्स वेरी ईजी टू सॉल्व एक्चुअली. इंस्पायरेटरी कैपेसिटी लास्ट ऑप्शन. हमने ये चीज़ पढ़ा है, किस में पढ़ा है? कैपेसिटी में पढ़ा है. ओके, इट इज द क्वेश्चन सेज मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ एयर अ पर्सन कैन ब्रीद इन आफ्टर ए फोर्स्ड एक्सपिरेशन इज नोन एज व्हाट? एक्सपायरेटरी कैपेसिटी? नो. टोटल लंग कैपेसिटी? नो. टोटल लंग कैपेसिटी इज समथिंग डिफरेंट. And inspiratory capacity? No. Inspiratory capacity is, it talks about only the total volume of air which we can breathe in. You know, it's not the maximum value of air. So it is, the answer is vital capacity. It is the maximum volume of air. Okay. So we have solved the questions. We have solved the previous year questions, and we have seen this topic very nicely. We learned about the mechanism of the breathing. We have talked about the inhalation, we talked about the exhalation, we have seen the respiratory volume, we have seen the respiratory capacity. So, you know, overall we have enjoyed this process. I love to teach. I just like, you know, I like to deliver. I hope that I have delivered very well. I hope that you learned very well. I hope that I was able to explain you everything properly. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. Take care and bye bye.